as a testament to the power of perseverance, vision, and transformative governance. Known affectionately by the Filipino people as Yorme, our guest speaker rose from the humble streets of Tondo to become the chief executive of the country's capital. His journey is one of grit, from his early days as a scavenger and a working student to becoming a celebrated icon of Philippine cinema, and ultimately one of the most dynamic local leaders of our time. As the mayor of the city of Manila, he redefined what is possible in local governance. He captured the nation's attention through his Manila God First philosophy. He's spearheading massive infrastructure projects, modernizing public hospitals, and building high-rise, socialized housing, all while championing the cleanup and restoration of the city's historic landmarks. Please join me in welcoming a showman of action, a champion of the masses, and the mayor of the city of Manila, the Honorable Francisco Isko Moreno Dumagoso.
Ay, maupo po kayo. Vice Doc, thank you very much. May asim pa si Vice ko. Oh. You know, wala. Mamiss po ako eh. Bumas naman. Para magkaintindihan tayo. Pagka kayo'y sinasabihan na may asim sa salitang kalye, no? It's a compliment. Para lang magpang-abot yung lingwahe natin sa kalsada at sa akademya. The way kami, medyo magaspang yung mundong kinalaki ako. May asim pa. Ibig sabihin, we appreciate the beauty of a woman in our own language. But anyway, magandang gabi. Ulit ko. Maayong gabi. Tama naman. Sa mga kababayan ng nanay ko, sino ba yung mga taga-Samar? Ibaray. Sabi sa akin ng nanay ko, sa may palo o nanay ko, taga-alin yan. Sino dito ang taga-Panay? Panay Island. Sino taga San Jose, Antique? Antique. Tatay ko naman taga Antique. Kaya, with all honesty, I am true-blooded Bisaya. By blood. It's just that, pinanganak ako sa Tondo. Dala na katulad ng iba nating mga kababayan sa probinsya, noong dekada 60, dekada 70, ang mga tao nagbabaka sakali sa Maynila. Kung sakali gagaang ang kanilang kabuhayan. Yung nanay ko, pumunta ng Maynila, nagkasambahay sa isang pamilyang abogado sa Tondo. Yung tatay ko rin, pumunta ng Maynila dahil gusto magsiman. I don't know if you're familiar with Kumpanya Maritima. At the time. Nakita yung nanay ko, nakalawit. Ako yung bunga. Yun ang istorya na love life nila. Kaya akala ng nanay ko, yung tatay ko, binata. Pinat na pala. side namin. At pinanganak ako sa Tondo, lumaki ako sa Tondo hanggang sa, all my life. But cannot be denied, and I will not deny where my roots from. I mean, are. Kaya pag tinatanong mo nung magkakalay, hindi. Pero, sa bahay kasi, yung mga matatanda, they speak their own language. Kaya nauulinigan ko. Pero maganda kasi sa pinagsamang waray, sa kaantingin nyo, yung tatay ko, galit na sa akin, parang love na love pa ako. Karinyoso. Yung nanay ko, kilay pa lang, natatakot na ako eh. But those are my family story. Just like to relate to some of you that, that kind of yung aking mga ninuno. At nais ko pong batiin ang ating Presidente, BM Christine Tinting Garin, Imbal Camilo, EVP BM Glenda Ong Bungaw, Tabaco City, Albay. Halos lahat ito, napuntahan ko na eh. Secretary General BM Sharina Izquierdo Isaha, Province of Sulu. Treasurer BM Carla Adahar, Province of Laguna. Auditor BG Maricar Sison Gotisan, Province of Eastern Samar. PRO BM Seti Dia Mala Macarambon, Province of Lanao del Norte. Sa Luzon, BP Marie Pongwan Kepes, Province of Benguet. Benguet is very close to our heart in Manila. Very close. Because kahit nung basurero pa ako, since time immemorial, ang gulay ng Mountain Province is being brought to Manila, Tondo, o mas kilala niyong Recto or Divisoria. Ano pa yan? Umaraw pa. Sayote, Repolyo, name it. Pumapagsak yan. Yan ang nagbibigay sa amin at karatig bayan sa Metro Manila ng opportunity na makamit ang murang gulay. Kasi from Recto, from Benguet, from Mountain Province, mababayan sa aming gabi. Gabi yan. Ilalatag yan sa Recto. At tapos yung mga palengke, o dyan lumahango. Yung mga restaurant, o katulad dito, Sheraton, o yan kumukuha. Kasi mura. Dahil from 2 utaw lang ang pinanggalingan. Farmer sa biyahero. Tapos consumer na. Kaya yung wholesale ng gulay. At very particular ako, lalo na noong kasagsagan ng pandemya. Isinara ang Metro Manila. Kung naalala ninyo, yung mga kamatis, tinatapon na lang sa highway. Because it was closed. Manila never. No. Sabi ko, no. Kung kinakailangan bakunahan ko, driver nila, pahinante nila, basta kailangan dumating dito yung gulay sa Manila para may makain yung mga kababayan namin ng murang gulay. Thanks to Benguet. BJ Jacqueline Colmun. Si Jack ba to? Hindi pa to politiko, kilala ko na to eh. Sambales. BG Diana Apigo Tayag, Province of Mindoro. BG Eufemia Lacayo, Province of Nueva Vizcaya. BG Rosa Emilia Mercado, Province of Leyte, Southern Leyte. BOD BM Mayra Colis Mabini Bohol. BM Analisa Jing Tabuhara, Kawayan Negros Oriental. Sa Mindanao, BM Josephine Mariscal, Santa Maria, Davao Occidental. BM Cecil Giel, Province of South Cotabato. To the members of the Vice Mayor's League. Special mention lang, Vice Mayor's League. He used to be the president of Vice Mayor's League of the Philippines.
Okay.
2 terms. My second term is uncontested when we were in Baguio sa PMLP. But I started with, I think some of you also, with NMYL. NMYL. Oh, yun. Nag-NMYL ako. At one of the founding fathers of NMYL, ang kilalang si Kiko, pero sa totoo, marami na sa Podli nun. One of those became Mayor of Marikina, Del de Guzman. And, kasama ko ngayon, si Secretary to the Mayor, former Councilor, 6th term, si Letlet Sarkal. Oh, yan. Mahaba pa ang buhok niya noon. Ay, yan po, sila Del, si Kiko, si Letlet is from Manila, started NMYL. Tapos, member ako ng PCL. Tapos, Deputy Secretary General, then when I became Vice Mayor, became President of the Vice Mayor's League of the Philippines. So, sa lahat po sa inyo na nandito, Happy Women's Month.
Yes, thank you.
Una po, ito honest to goodness thanks. Thanks to each and every one of you, the leadership, dahil dito nyo ginawa sa Maynila. I'm really excited. Kasi mapapagastos kayo. And that kind of expenses while you're staying, our businessmen will be happy to receive your money. Opo, alam nyo, isa sa lagi kong talagang itinutulak yung ang aming mga naghahanap buhay sa Maynila ay kumita. Maging matagumpay. Because in Manila, we don't produce anything. We don't. But we distribute everything. Simula dyan sa kutsara ninyo na yan, tasa, o kahit na doon sa probinsya nyo yan, o yung plastic na tinidor, o plastic na baso, takip ng baso na iniinom ninyo, o straw, plastic bag, tela, name it. Lahat being distributed in the city of Manila. Dito lahat yung gagaling yun. Kaya naman ako talaga lagi natutuwa pag may mga convention. Kahit na abala-abala kami, lagi ako nakikisuyo. Hindi, pag may convention, masabi ko sa kanila, pwede ko bang batiin sila lahat? O at pupunta ako, nag-volunteer ako. Just to extend our gratitude, you choosing the city of Manila. It could have been BGC. It's better there. They have beautiful buildings and medyo mahal. Could be Makati or Pasig and Ortigas. You know? Could have been there. But you know, it's just buildings. There is no soul on those areas. In Manila, while we are old, but we have a story to tell. We have history. In fact, the new campaign of this administration in the city of Manila through the leadership of former Congresswoman, now Director of our Tourism, Cristal Bagaching, she's here. Congresswoman namin yan dito sa Manila. Is Manila, my Manila. When you come and think about it, the slogan is, it goes to everyone. Why? Because most Filipinos have a story to tell in their life with regard to Manila. Eh, iba sa inyo dito nag-aral. Yung iba sa inyo dito nagka-jowa. Dito kayo naligaw. Dito kayo nag-negosyo. Or one way or another, nagtrabaho, nag-opisina, and so on and so on. There is always a story to tell about Manila in Filipinos with regard to yung mga Pilipino. Kaya ginawa namin Manila, My Manila. Now, while we are old, we have a lot of history. The least thing that we can do in Manila is maging maaliwalas at panatag ang pamumuhay. Mano ba? Some of you sent your kids to study in Manila. Kami, ang populasyon namin ay 2 milyon sa gabi. Humigit kumulang 3 milyon sa araw. Because we host, name it, except for Ateneo. All schools is being hosted in the city of Manila. Kaya ko sinabing panatag, sapagkat ayaw ko kayo'y mangangamba na habang kayo'y pinagdodormitoryo ninyo, pinagkokondo ninyo ang inyong mga anak dahil nag-aaral dito ng abogasya, doktor, and so on and so forth, eh sila naman magkaroon kayo ng kapanatagan na the peace and order situation of the city is being tackled, given attention sa matter of priority sa pang-araw-araw naming pamumuhay. Kaya po sa inyong lahat na naparito at kung sakasakali, dahil mukhang marami pang dalaga sa inyo, at pag kayo nagkapamilya, at somehow you're going to send your kids here, I'll do my best to be their second father or parent for a while being the mayor of the city of Manila. Thanks to you, doing it here, your convention, I think wala naman yata kayo laban bukas. I hope. At mag-ahalalan yata kayo bukas. Good luck sa mga kakandidato, mananalo. Matatanda na kayo, alam nyo ng tama't mali. Having a position, there is an obligation attached to it.
Yes.
I, for one, being a former president of the same organization that some of your members are members tonight, ay talagang mabigat na yan ay may obligasyon. Siguro, talagang benchmark o pegging. Your city government of Manila, as being the capital of the country, is one of the challenging city in Metro Manila. Wala kaming Valle Verde 1, Valle Verde 2, Valle Verde 3. Good for them. They have Bel Air 1, Bel Air 2, San Lorenzo, Dasmariñas Village, or Forbes Park. Sa Manila, wala. Tulad ng nanay ko, para siyang may ari-arian. Nakakita ng lupa, bakante, nagtanim ng talbos ng kamote, maya-maya naglagay ng papag, siyempre mainit, yung papag nilagyan ng bubong, siyempre umaanggi pagka umuulan, nilagyan ng dingding, yung dingding nilagyan ng pintuan, talbos ng kamote, tinanim, bahay ang tumubo. That's how challenging it is. And I grew up that way. Maaari lang hindi nyo makikita na para bang sa kutis. Hindi nyo makita yung bakas ng nakaraan. But that is the truth. There is truth in that story. I grew up in a very challenging community. And most of the challenging areas in Manila is where the water flows. Having said that, your city government, the capital of the country, upon assumption as July 1 again, thanks to the people of Manila, we continue what we have started during my first term. Investing into MBN. MBN is minimum basic needs. Minimum basic needs speaks of housing, education, healthcare, and jobs. Kaya kung hindi kaya kayong gumastos. Dahil pag mas maraming negosyo sa Maynila, mas maraming empleyo
mas maraming oportunidad para sa aking mamamayan. Why? Because I may be wrong about this, but this is what I believe. Ang gobyerno, like tayo, bahagi ng gobyerno, hindi kayang magpayaman ng tao. We cannot make somebody rich unless padala siya ng maleta. That's another story. But other than that, we cannot do that. I think across, whether communism, capitalism, democratic, monarchy, any forms of government cannot make one person to be rich because of government policies and all. Now, if that is true, then what can we do? The least thing that we can do, from what I believe, and my teacher told me also, is pataasin ang antas ng pamumuhay ng tao. The quality of life, quality of living. At ang tanging nakikita ko bilang produkto ng isang challenging community ay kasiguruhan sa panirahan. Bringing back dignity to every family in Manila. Kapag ang isang pamilya ay may masisilungan, meron siyang sense or meron siyang kapanatagan or sense of security. At kapag ang pamilya may masasabing kanya na masisilungan, pagtiklop ng araw, may mauwian, at ang anak ay nag-aaral sa isang maayos na paaralan, at ang ama o ina ay may pinapasukang trabaho, at kapag silang pamilya ay nagkasakit, ay may maayos na ospital, and I think we're doing what we're supposed to do. These are, may mga pag-aaral na ang mga socio-anthropologists or socio-scientists about these things. So that's why, ewan ko kung napapalitan ninyo, Condominium 1, Condominium 2, Binondominium 1, Binondominium 2, San Lazaro Residence, San Sebastian Residence, Pedro Hill Residence. One of those, you'll see it along the Skyway. You'll see it there. 15-story, 20-story, in-city vertical housing program, horizontal in-city housing like Base Community. These are 42 square meters, 2-bedroom housing. Kaya yung dating squatter, our renter, namumukahan, ay may sarili na siyang masasabing kanya. Now, we've been building so many in 2 years. At dahil pandemic, we just resumed Binondominium 2, the new one, about a week ago. Groundbreaking. 42 square meter, 2-bedroom. Why am I telling you this? Because mambabatas kayo eh. No? Tayo, gumagawa tayo ng batas. Naging kursiyal ako eh, naging vice mayor. I think this is the first ever law that I crafted personally, this thick. No? Eh usually, ang mga ordinansa, 2 pages lang. Normal. No? Pero ito, nagawa ko to, ipinasa batas ko, hindi pa ako mambabatas. Ibig sabihin, tapos na ako doon. But these days, and I would like to share it to you, how did we arrive with in-city vertical housing program? Simply because of my idol, LKY, Lee Kuan Yew, or what you call HDB, Home Development.
Singapore.
Ang isang problema ng squatting is, katulad ko, squatter ako, pag tinapon kami sa Laguna, tinapon kami sa Cavite, noong dekada 80 pa, tinapon kami sa Bulacan, ang problema, wala kaming health center, wala kaming eskwelahan, walang kuryente most likely, o patubig, kumbaga substandard talaga. At para ka lang itinapon na pusa, iniligaw sa kabilang kanto, pala ng Diyos ang injik sa'yo. Ganon ang sitwasyon. That's why the social perennial problem of urban settlement keeps on coming. Kasi nga, nailalayo, nadi-disenfranchise. So that's why we invented in-city. Walang itatapos sa labas, dito ulit mamumuhay with the same access of basic facility. Now, do they buy? This is the part of legislation. Ano, do they own? They don't. Nobody will own. Yes. Kasi, bilang karanasan mo rin, bilang squatter, may mga individual na every month halaga nito 5 to 7 million condominium unit, 2 bedroom. May sariling banyo, kitchen, sala, labahan, and so on and so on. May swimming pool pa. Yes. Saan ka nakakita? Dati squatter ka. Bigla ka na lang, 15th floor, please. May gwardiya ka pa. Yes. But nobody will own it. The taxpayer of the city of Manila continues to own the property. Okay, what kind of security that we give to the beneficiary? Once you are awarded beneficiary, tumira ka hanggat gusto mo, manawa ka. Pero darating ang araw, magpapantay ang pamo. Paano ngayon yung pamilya mo? Then we apply the rules on succession under the family code. Then, anong bayad nila? Anong equity? Everyone pays about 2,000-3,000 pesos every single month. Yes. Why I came up with that kind of figure? Kasi, ipineg ko yung pagbabayad nung ako'y sidecar boy. Nung araw, pag kumita ako 50 pesos ang araw, 1.5 yun, isang buwan. Pero 3 piso lang isang ulo sa pamasahe. And then, edad na pamasahe sa sidecar. So, 2,000 pesos is a minuscule number na tingin ko kaya kahit sidecar po. Mano pa yung working class who is renting. What will happen to the payment? Ano ko na, sinishare ko na sa inyo yung batas para magka-idea kayo, baka gusto ninyo. At I can give you the copy of that. What will happen to the payment? After everything said and done, isang araw, umulad na yung pamilya ni Juana at gusto niya nang umalis. Gusto niya nang umalis. Dahil bibili na siya sarili niyang lupa. Nakaipon na siya. Can you imagine if you're renting an apartment at 8,000, 10,000 pesos, and now you're paying 2,000 pesos bigger than your apartment, then you have a saving of 8,000 pesos or 6,000 pesos every single month. Now, umunlad, umayos, alis na. So, surrender mo susi. Then, isosoli ko lahat ng binayad mo. And I'll tell you my reason. I'll tell you my reason. Ano yun? Sayang naman, 2,000 na nga lang, isosoli mo pa. We, all of us here, works in the government. And we work for our people. And we get paid for that. And at the end of the day, at December 31, 2026, whether they like it or not, tatanghod lang ang gobyerno. By December 31. Kagano lang ang gobyerno, darating na ang perang buwis ng tao. Because there are only two certain things in this world, debt and taxes. There will be new fresh money, so we'll have earned money. With or without doing our job. But doing so, doing our job, delivering services, confronting social perennial problems, uplifting the quality of life, giving back dignity to every family, then what is 2,000 for the government? Kaya ko yun, sila ay hindi ko pinagmay-ari para hindi nila ibenta yung unit. At kung ikaw ay taxpayer, hindi sasama ang loob mo na yung buwis na binayad mo ay napariwara lamang ng professional squatter. Tama, yun ang sakit eh. So, mangyari ba, you feel comfortable paying the taxes to the city? Because it's still protected and I'm still part owner of the building as a taxpayer. Tama mali? Now, the 2,000 is one way of teaching our people. Walang libre sa mundo. there is no such thing as free to live. Living costs money. May kanya-kanya ng level. Ultra rich, upper middle class, below middle class, poor, and below poverty line. Marami lang uri. But it costs money to live. And I want them, no, itinaas ko na yung uri ng pamumuhay, I want them to be responsible to themselves. You pay 2,000 pesos every single month. Ay kayong mga, meron kang ipon, then by the time you retire from the housing program, meron ka pang bonus. Yung naipon mo, let's say 10 years. 10 years times 240,000 pesos. Meron ka pang pabaon. Minus interest. That's where we come in as government. Because under the same law that you may adopt, there is a provision there of what you call Housing Trust Investment Committee. Our money generated from in-city vertical housing program will be collected, we put it in trust fund because we cannot touch it, then we're going to bring it back, give it back. But for the meantime, while it is slipping at what? 1.2% minus 20% taxes, 0.1 or less per annum, and let it perform in a security, government securities, or investment form, allowable by law, to make money out of money. And follow the principle of the 8 wonders of the world, or what you call compounding principle. So naturally, which is very timely, and I'm sharing this to you because I just activated the other day, activated the Housing Trust Investment Committee. And we're about to invest with, baligtad na ngayon. Dati, local government unit ang nangungutang sa national government through GIF, GFI, Government Financial Institution. Tama mali? O ngayon ako na nagpapautang sa kanila. By buying DRBs, by buying bonds, that performs at 5-6%, hopefully. Maybe at 3. Today is about 4.8 net, above inflation. So, ano ang endgame? The endgame is, yung mantika, lumamig, tumaba, nag-produce ulit ng mantika. O, sa salitang kalye, gisa sa sariling mantika. So later on, the endgame is the HDB concept. The only difference there is may equity talaga ang tao sa Singapore. Dito, halos wala. Later on, the one who's going to follow me, the next leaders, need not to touch taxpayers' money to build housing. Because the fruits of the investment made from the payment of the beneficiary is good enough to build another one. So while the interest is compounding, the housing is compounding also without touching taxpayers' money. Yun po yung batas na baka maaari, hindi ko kasi alam sa probinsya, mag-swerte kasi maraming lupa. But and maybe some of you also belong to highly urbanized city like Manila, because there is about 200 plus cities in the country. So these are the things, and we built 10-story fully air-conditioned public school. 10-story fully air-conditioned hospital. Why 10-story? Again and again, preparing ourselves to future demand. So, kaya po, I hope a lot of us will look into, alam ko marami kayong prioridad sa inyong kanya-kanyang probinsya, but dahil sa pangangailangan ng inyong nasasakupan, but these are the things that at least I can share some things or what you call financial engineering on how to manage resources. So, this is something new, something unique, but it's allowed, it's legal, but unorthodox. But it can be done, and it's duplicable. Now, lastly, ay alam ko inaantok na kayo, dahil yung iba'y malalapot ang dugo. Alam mo, pag senior ka, medyo malapot na dugo mo. But let me take this opportunity. Go around Manila. Go around Manila. Pag nandito kayo, puntahan niyo yung pinagawa ni President Marcos na esplanade, no? Along Pasig River. No? Meron doon ginawa sila First Lady na esplanade. Pero kung gusto niyo mag-food trip, we have halal area in Quiapo near Golden Mosque. Masasarap ang kung gusto yung tikman ang halal food in that area. Gusto yung bumili ng tela, baka may nauwi kayo, punta kayo ng Tabora Street along Recto. Kung gusto niyo naman nagpika-pika, o may bago ngayon, I think some of you napanood na ito, or what you call Fusion Alley. You know that alley? Without any exaggeration, for a simple regulation. Basta talaga ang tao nagpasakop sa gobyerno. Pag ang tao ay pumayag sa pamamahala, mas malaking buting idudulot sa kanya. When we rearrange scattered vending in the area in UST and put them in one place and regulate them, make them pay the normal obligation, you know, what is the product of that? Ito kwentada lang. More than 3,000 people became millionaire. I'm gonna tell you my mom. Simple lang. Mas madalas yung mapanood yung Kokumugo, no? Napapanood, di ba? Kokumugo. Tubig. May yelo. May konting timpla. 50 pesos. Tama? They're selling 1,000 cups a day. That's 50,000. That's 1.5 million gross sales every month. And it's been ongoing since I became mayor again. 8 months. Chances are, tubig, cup, cup, 1 peso. Cover ng cup, siguro 50 centavos. Bistro, siguro 50 centavos. And cost, siguro, baka mga 10 pesos. So just imagine. So, point is, go around the city of Manila, marami kayong masarap na pagkain. Gusto nyo ng Chinatown? Ay, nako, magsasawa. Marami pa rin kaming classic na tindahan, masarap na pagkain sa lungsod ng Maynila, particular in Chinatown, Binondo. It is a walkable, medyo challenging kasi maraming dumadako ngayon sa Maynila. But I'm happy to take your money. Likod kayo, enjoy. Go to Intramuros. Please. I think Fort Santiago, for that matter, is open until 10 p.m. Noong araw, nakakatakot maglakad doon. Magkikripuhan ka. O lalo na sa gabi. But maaliwalas yung government. You go visit. Hindi naman kayo takot sa multo, no? No, you're not. Ako kasi tatlo lang yung nakatakutan bukod sa misis ko. High injection sa multo. But, you know, Fort Santiago, Intramuros is a place to be in Manila. Go to our museum. There is a brand new museum in the city of Manila. Go to Rizal Park. Hindi ko alam kung iba sa inyo dati roon nagpagulong-gulong sa damuhan. Ang mga jowa nila. But it's more maniwalas in Rizal Park. So these are the places that I think you've been reading in your textbook when you were young, but still existing, and now it's being fixed by the national government and the local government. So, madalit salita, welcome po kayo sa lungsod ng Maynila. So muli, good luck sa inyo, sa inyong mangyayari bukas. Again, ako'y talaga, ulit-ulitin ko, hindi ako magsasawa. Kasi talagang na-appreciate ko. On behalf of the people of Manila, thank you for choosing Manila for your assembly. Kidding aside, I really appreciate it. And at kung sakasakaling may paglilingkod kami sa inyo, at sa po ng inyong pamilya, kung sila'y pansamantalang naninirahan o dadako sa lungsod, huwag kayong magatubili. Ang opisina ko po ay parang palengke. Any dyan, parang kaming karinderya. Bukas kahit sinong gusto kumain. You're always welcome to my office. If we can extend assistance, we'll be happy to be of service. So, mag-ingat kayo. Nawa, pagkatapos itong assembly, ay kayo'y pagdadako na muli, pupunta na sa inyo kanya-kanyang bayan, ligtas sana kayong makauwi at malusog. Maraming salamat at pagpalain nawa kayo ng may kapal. Manila, God first. Thank you.
Alright, maraming salamat, Kapatid.